What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing today? I hope you're excited 'cause today we are officially 2 months into this NHL season, and today we're going to be going over the top 5 trending young guns for the month of December for 2023. I did a video in this style last month for the first month of the NHL season for November, so make sure you check out that video if you haven't done so already. This will work the exact same way. 5 young guns, not in any particular order. I'll just kind of give my thoughts on whether I think there's a buying opportunity, a selling opportunity for these young guns, go over their recent selling prices, and give you guys my insight. If you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, completely free, change your mind anytime, and it really helps me out. Slap a like on this video, it really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and leave a comment down below of young guns I may have missed. One guy I missed off last month who definitely should have been in those 5 young guns is William Nylander. Nylander not making it on this list either because his young guns kind of stayed the same over the last month, but he was up a lot last month and I didn't include him. So if I miss anyone again like that today, make sure you let me know down in the comments below because Nylander should have definitely been on last month's list. All right, kicking off our list with the number 5 spot, we're going to talk about a guy whose young guns actually really isn't up, but I feel like I have to talk about him. It's Nikita Kucherov on the Tampa Bay Lightning, currently leading the league in points, and he's been on an absolute tear, and I'm surprised his young guns hasn't seen more of an increase over this last month, where he's really been just popping off. Currently, Kucherov is leading the league in points with 47 points in 28 games, and he's currently on pace to score 137 points, and he's a superstar in this league, and his cards are priced in as that, but I'm still surprised they haven't increased in value a little bit. Let's take a look at the pricing chart. Once again, this chart is courtesy of Sport Card Investor, not a sponsor or anything, and nothing in this video is considered financial advice. Please invest at your own risk. Looking over the last 30 days, this is for PSA 10 Young Guns. All of these charts will be PSA 10 Young Guns and in US prices. We can see that Kucherov's Young Guns is actually down a bit. If you look, there's a sale 30 days ago. One sold for $510 US and one recently sold for a little between $350 US and $400 US. So his Young Guns is down. I had a harder time finding trending Young Guns for this month compared to last month. Last month there was a lot. This month I couldn't find really 5 where they were definitely trending upwards. I chose to add Kucherov to this list because I'm surprised he's not trending upwards. If you have the cash to purchase a PSA 10 Young Guns of Nikita Kucherov, I don't think it's a bad idea. Now, why would his Young Guns be trending down when he's leading the league in points? Now, there's a couple things that could be causing this. One being maybe that $510 sale at the beginning of the month was an inflated sale, and now that's kind of leveling off a bit. The other thing could be the market hurts him. Tampa Bay, not the strongest card market. He's also Russian, which hurts him a little bit. Some people don't want to go out and collect Russian players with what's going on right now over there. I find the Canadian players and American players, at least around where I live, move a lot easier. So that could be another reason. Yeah, Nikita Kucherov, I think there is a buying opportunity if you want a higher end card, but there is some definitely lower end cards on this list that are definitely trending upwards that we'll talk about next. All right, coming up next at number 4 is going to be someone I'm very happy is on this list, and some people might be confused. Yuri Slafkovsky's Young Guns is currently trending upwards, and people might wonder why on earth is Yuri Slafkovsky's Young Guns trending, and here's why. Unless you're a Habs fan and watch Habs games, you'll have no idea that Slafkovsky's been playing way better than he was earlier on in this season and all of last season. He looks like a different player, to be honest, but the point totals, they still haven't shown up on the score sheet. But the last, I would say, 2 weeks or maybe even 3 weeks, he's looked like a completely different player, and he's really carrying the play, and he's now playing on the top line with Suzuki and Caulfield, and his Young Guns are trending up. Looking at Slafkovsky's point totals on the year, it's not really that special. He's got 7 points in 28 games, but being a first overall pick in that crazy Montreal market will really either raise your prices quick or lower your prices quick. And just looking at his price chart, you can see Slafkovsky's prices are up even though he's not really scoring. Now, Slafkovsky's Young Guns is actually crazy considering his point totals aren't really there. One sold for $125 US back on November 14th, and now one recently sold for $180 US. So his cards are going up, the PSA 10 Young Guns at least. Now, what do we do with Slafkovsky? In cards, there's 3 options. We can buy, sell, or hold. All 3, I think, are legitimate options with Slafkovsky. If you think Slafkovsky is going to go on some tear and start scoring and his cards are going to go up even more this year, you could definitely buy him. Now, I wouldn't really recommend that. I'm on the sell category with Slafkovsky for this season because personally, I don't think the Habs are going to get close to the playoffs. I think Slafkovsky's point totals are going to be hard to get considering Montreal's just going to be a bad team. So I'd be okay with holding Slafkovsky for next season considering that we're seeing the growth finally. Holding or selling off of this spike, I think, is the better move. But I don't blame you at all for buying the hype right now on Slafkovsky because he does look good out there if you've been watching the Habs these past couple weeks. All right, up next at number 3 on our list is going to be a value pick for those of you looking for cheap value cards that are spiked right now. And one of them is going to be Jake Neighbours of the St. Louis Blues. A lot of people probably don't realize how well Neighbours is actually playing this season, and Neighbours has looked really good on this Blues team. Neighbours isn't lighting the world on fire or anything, but 11 points in 27 games is a big increase on what he was doing last season. And honestly, for a good value, I think Neighbours is not a bad buy, but I don't think the Blues are going to be making the playoffs this season, at least in my opinion. And I honestly would be okay with either holding or selling Neighbours right now. As you can see, over the past month, Neighbours card has had a steady trend upwards. One sold for 29 US a month ago, and one sold recently for as high as 53 US. So it's doubled in price pretty much. Do I think it's going to continue to trend up this season? Probably not. I think it's a good time to sell or hold till next season, in my opinion. I like Neighbours as a prospect. I don't think he'll ever be a superstar or anything, but he's looked good so far this year. Now, coming up at number 2 on the list is going to be somebody I didn't include last month on the list, and he's finally getting some love. JT Miller of the Vancouver Canucks, who's been playing out of his mind along with most of the Canucks, Elias Pettersson, Quinn Hughes, Thatcher Demko. Finally, Mr. JT Miller is getting some love, and his cards are starting to gain some value. At the time of this recording, JT Miller is still second in the league in points behind Kucherov with 40 points in 28 games, and his cards are going up because of it. Let's take a look at the price chart. Take a look at the price chart now. As you can see, there is one that just sold recently for 188 USD. I do have to make a disclaimer that that was my card. If you guys keep up with the channel, you would have saw that I was doing $1 eBay auctions and ended up selling for 188 USD. I think it was around 250 Canadian. So his cards are definitely hot right now. People definitely want them. I think this is going to be kind of where they're around, maybe a little lower going forward. If JT Miller remains in this point race, if he stays in the top 5 of point scores in the NHL, his cards are going to keep gaining value. So I think it's a good buying opportunity if you can still find one for cheap. I also think it's a good selling opportunity if you can, I don't know, post it on eBay and get around 250 Canadian for it. Don't mind doing that at all. And let me know what you guys think of the $1 auctions on eBay. Thinking about doing more of them. So let me know in the comments below if you want to see some more $1 auctions. Finally, we've reached the number 1 spot on this list, and this has got to be one of the biggest surprises for me this NHL season. It's Quinton Byfield. Byfield's playing out of his mind right now. I'm not going to lie. He is playing unreal, and I thought when the LA Kings made the trade to go and get Pierre-Luc Dubois, I thought that was them kind of giving up on Byfield because honestly, Quinton Byfield before this season, in my opinion, he did not look great. Kind of like Slafkovsky, where he's just kind of invisible, but Byfield has really taken his game to another level, and he's playing better than Dubois. He's kind of like evolving into his own player, and it's really something to see. As you can see, his point totals are up dramatically from the past 2 seasons. 21 points in 25 games, just under a point per game. And looking at his price chart, we can see the prices reflect that. As you can see with Quinton Byfield's PSA 10 Young Guns graph, 1 month ago, one sold for 64 US. This month, one sold for as high as 79 US. So definitely some growth there. It looks like it's a slow trend upwards with Byfield's graph with some dips in the middle. Byfield, I think it's a decent buying opportunity for Quinton Byfield because I like the team a lot. He's playing on the LA Kings, look like a Stanley Cup contender. I would not want to play them in the playoffs right now. And Byfield, the market will hurt him. His cards from gaining value quicker, like a guy like Slafkovsky, for example. Like Slafkovsky doesn't have the points to back it up, and his card's grown more than Byfield's. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, Quinton Byfield, I think it's a decent buying opportunity. If you want to sell, I wouldn't blame you either. And yeah, I like Byfield going forward. So yeah, let me know in the comments below who I missed that should have been on this list. I know Matt Barzal is another guy I thought about putting on this list, but I could not talk about Nikita Kucherov. So I left Barzal off the list. Let me know if I missed anybody else. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, completely free at any time. Drop a like on this video. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Talk to you all later.